Now, Murang'a Governor Irungu Kang'ata has distanced himself from the controversial petition at the Senate on the compensation of families of victims of an Ethiopian Airlines flight that crashed, killing 157 people in 2019. The petition listed 8 people as having lost relatives in the Ethiopian Airlines flight 302 crash, claims that have since turned out to be false. Kang'ata now says he neither authored nor presented the petition. NTV's David Mudhoka kicks off our bulletin tonight.
The petition submitted in 2019 called on the Senate to put pressure on the government to expedite the issuance of death certificates for victims of the Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 crash. The goal was to help listed next of kin pursue compensation. However, fresh revelations have cast doubt on the authenticity of the petition and its signatories. NTV last month, through a special report titled ET 302 Compensation, exposed fraudulent claims for compensation made on behalf of some people who never lost relatives in the crash.
Looking at my name on the internet,
some of those who are listed in the petition, like Davis Mburu Karanja, have since come forward to confess that they never lost a relative in the crash and had no knowledge his name was included. In response to a request for information filed with the Commission on Administrative Justice, Kang'ata, who was a senator at the time and the lawyer for some of the victims of the fatal crash, has through his lawyers disowned any responsibility for the petition. In their formal reply, Kang'ata's legal team states, and I quote, "With regard to the petition to Senate, that is the basis of the request for information referred to in your letter, we advise that our client did not present the same to Senate and neither had he signed or executed it in any manner. This can be independently verified by the Senate." End of quote. Further distancing him from the document, the letter adds, and I quote, "Our client interacted with the petition in his capacity as a senator and only to the extent that he made contributions on the floor of the House as part of the Senate's proceedings." The response continues, and I quote, "Our client's participation in the Senate proceedings regarding the subject public petition and his contribution on any ensuing debate, discussions and the resolutions by the Senate cannot found basis for any civil, criminal or even administrative action. As a senator, contributing to the discussion and debate in Senate on the subject public petition, our client had no duty to undertake due diligence on the petition to verify its factual correctness and validity of signatures endorsed on it. This can only be verified from the petitioners named in the said petition." End of quote. At the center of the storm is the claim that the signatures on the petition were forged. That position aligns with remarks Kang'ata made during the 2019 Senate debate.
And it is me who advised them to come up with this petition. I did not want to participate in person because of potential conflict of interest issues, because I'm handling some of other matters. In that matter was because that there are several instances, some officials in that ministry are delaying, are even refusing.
The latest developments have placed renewed focus on the Senate's records, which could reveal who formally presented the petition and how individuals with no ties to the tragedy came to be listed as bereaved. David Mudhoka, NTV, Nairobi.